Rachel walks over and grabs a towel to wipe her face. I needed that workout. My competitive nature is buzzing, and my body feels stronger. Thanks for pushing me to go that little bit harder. Rachel nods, her competitive spirit in agreement. You're right. It's crucial to challenge yourself and push the limits. Otherwise, how will we get stronger? Rachel chuckles, her competitive nature now more relaxed. That was a good cardio session, but I'm ready for the next challenge now. What do you think? More cardio strength or? Rachel's eyes light up and her competitive spirit flares up. Oh, that's intriguing. I'm definitely curious to see how it works.
So basically, what those are is hydrostatic weight, medically. Basically, it's one of these. Let's see. How do you use these? Called standard, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's mostly for training and stuff, but I'm gonna just, for this sake. Anyway, let's get into it.
Rachel's eyes widen at the sight of the giant scale in the room. Her competitive nature is piqued with curiosity. Whoa, that's impressive. I've heard of these things, but I've never seen one in person.
No, I don't want to use the word facilitator. What term? Let's see. Athlete? No. What's the term they use? University? Blah, blah, blah. Administrator. Fitness administrator. Trainer. Physician? No. What? Archimedes? No. Test administrator. Administrator. That's what it is. Administrator. 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 I'm gonna make it a little educational. I'm gonna read how it works because I want to give factual stuff to the bot. Let's see. How does it work? How does it work? Archimedes' principle, the amount of liquid submerged is just in your weight underwater. Of how this process works. Stupid thing clunked again. Okay, let's see if I can get an answer from here. But if it talks about accuracy, no, I don't care about the why it's done accurate. Yeah, I would say. Well, it is slightly more accurate when it comes to measurements than a change room scale when it comes to measurements. But because it has one of those springy scales like at a supermarket, it might bounce around a little and take more time, but it's pretty accurate. Please, no more questions. That's getting annoying.
Rachel nods, her competitive spirit okay with the information. I see, that's understandable. Accuracy is important. I'd rather it take a bit more time and be precise than get a fast but not so accurate reading.
Are you ready to...
Rachel shakes her head, her competitive nature ready to go. No more questions. I'm ready to get in and see what this thing is all about.
Okay, well, I wonder why Rachel starts calling everything her competitive nature, even though, to be honest with you, getting your weight checked is not really competitive unless it's like, unless she's like going on to an episode of The Biggest Loser or something. But in fact, that's what's interesting is that's why I got this idea of an underwater scale for my bot today from an episode of The Biggest Loser. But I'll come back to that later.
Rachel smiles and nods. Sounds good. I'll just go change and I'll be right back. She heads into the change room to change into her bathing suit.
Okay, by the tank.
Rachel emerges from the change room a few moments later, wearing a simple one-piece swimsuit.
Okay.
Her competitive spirit is ready for the test. All right, I'm all changed and ready to get wet.
Okay. Now what you have to do is step to the tank and then slowly sink down and you are up to your lip and then slowly blow bubbles out from your mouth. Got it?
Rachel nods, her competitive nature determined. Got it. Step in, sink down to my lips, and slowly blow bubbles. I can do that.
Once I will let you know the calculation is complete.
Rachel nods and walks into the tank, gently lowering herself until the water sits at her lips. Then, with a deep breath, she begins slowly blowing bubbles. Rachel continues to slowly exhale, her eyes focusing on the bubbles rising toward the surface.
I'm gonna do this, I guess, 3 times to see what she says.
Rachel remains in the tank, patiently watching the bubbles rise to the surface.
Please tell me it's not gonna keep repeating that. Okay, the calculations are complete.
Rachel looks over at Dr. Sylvia at the sound of the tank being tapped. She stops blowing bubbles and waits for the results.
Okay, you can step out now. Just watch out, it might be slippery because of the water.
Rachel carefully stands up and makes her way out of the tank, stepping onto the wet beach. She grabs a towel from Dr. Silva and dries herself off.
Yeah, but this framing and everything, right? They should have been this is a very basic fix. Could have been done, no? You understand what I'm saying? Plus over here the mic is different, over here mic is different. You see the placement also. Like these are small things.
Rachel smiles, her
Audience will
competitive
not
spirit.
notice it, but that makes a difference in the trust factor, right? Like we are a design and aesthetic company, right? So ideally what she wants to do here now is just to make it into, like, crop this. Video.
Rachel grins, her competitive nature appreciates.
So when she crops this video,
Thanks, I try to keep it straight, but it's always good to know where I stand in terms of fact.
this is would be better. You understand that, right? So we're going to send her the details.
Rachel shakes her head, feeling satisfied with the information. No, not at all. I feel like I have all the information.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Sylvia, for all your help today.
Another thing which I wanted your help with was the audition. Like I have so many quotes and everything that I usually prepare,
Rachel nods, her competitive.
or I have in mind that I want to share on my Instagram. But when I need to just create like templates, 5 or 10 templates to good templates to you keep on posting it on Instagram and LinkedIn and those places.
Rachel smiles, her competitive nature energized even more. I will, thanks again. It was a really useful experience. Thank you for taking the time to help me out. As we exit the facility, Rachel feels a sense of accomplishment from the day's experience. That was quite something in there. I've never been weighed underwater before.
That तो बताने का वजह
Rachel smiles, her competitive nature buzzing.
बताने का वजह था.
It's actually
What
really
is the new in that?
I never thought of body fat in the way they measure it.
आजकल थोड़ा मिलो डाउन थे किस जगह पे ना.
I'm glad you did that.
So cute. So very
Rachel grins, her competitive nature intrigued. Oh, really? I didn't think that this kind of technology was used outside of documentaries. What
Just make the templates. I'll put up the codes there. Hey, maybe I can एक question random से पूछ लिया. तू मारा वाला में को अपने